The target was Gary, a senior compliance analyst whose chief professional skill was irritation. Sarah, a graphic designer with a penchant for psychological warfare, decided he was the perfect subject for an invisible, slow-burn prank. Her device was tiny, a Bluetooth microspeaker barely larger than a coin, linked to a burner phone. Late one Friday, she taped the speaker to the underside of the drop ceiling tile directly above Gary's desk. The volume was set to the absolute lowest level. The randomized playlist contained 3 brief, unsettling tracks: a high-pitched static burst, a muffled goat bleat, and an almost inaudible, sibilant whisper saying the word "soon." The phone was programmed to play one sound only once every 2 to 3 hours. The infrequency was the weapon. Week 1, the seed, the torment began on Monday morning. The first sound, zut, was so fleeting Gary dismissed it as a fault in his own hearing. But by Wednesday, after a faint blay interrupted his focus, he became agitated. He started craning his neck, inspecting the ceiling, and kept a frantic log in a notebook. 11:45 a.m., high-pitched squeak, electric. 2:10 p.m., faint, deep sound, a thud. His colleagues, Brenda and Tom, heard nothing but the usual office hum. Gary was isolated in his growing suspicion. Week 2, the whisper. The prank became truly insidious when the whisper track triggered. At 3:45 p.m. on Tuesday, Gary froze, convinced he'd heard a dry, breathy syllable right next to his ear. Coming from the ceiling tile, soon. He spun around, demanding answers. Brenda, listen to me. Someone just whispered the word soon from the ceiling. Brenda only suggested the vents were echoing strangely. Gary, now convinced he was being haunted or mocked, updated his log with new theories. Possible entity communication. Sound pattern suggests non-human phonology. A few nearby employees occasionally heard the static, validating the presence of some anomaly, but never the bleat or the whisper, leaving Gary the sole epicenter of the madness. Week 3. Breakdown and reveal. By the 3rd week, Gary was a wreck, sleep-deprived, jittery, and muttering about barnyard demons. The climax arrived on a Thursday afternoon. While on a high-stakes client call, the system played the unmistakable, tiny, pathetic sound of a goat bleating overhead. Gary snapped. He threw his handset, stood on his desk chair, brandished a metal ruler like a sword, and screamed at the tile, "Show yourself." "You damned whispering barnyard demon, I am reporting you to Har." The office manager immediately placed Gary on mandatory stress leave. The next day, IT technician Alex was sent to investigate the acoustic anomaly. While the entire floor watched, Alex climbed his ladder, removed the tile, and found the tiny culprit, the keychain-sized Bluetooth speaker secured with tape next to its burner phone. Alex held up the device for the silent, stunned crowd. "I found the source of the intermittent psychological torment," he announced. It was playing 3 files in static MP3, goat MP3, and soon. P3. The office erupted in nervous, hysterical laughter. The mystery was solved. Gary, recovering on leave, never learned the identity of his tormentor. But Sarah was silently crowned the legend of slow-burn office pranks. The legend of the bleeding ghost in the ceiling, however, lived on forever.